And welcome back to another episode of All of Fabric 5, where today, well, let's see how well things went overnight. That's pretty cool. We got a bunch of wool. Nice. It's going to help us with making some applied energistics cables. And how many drill heads have we used? And yeah, we're getting close to having used half a stack, but here's what we got. You can tell I've already looked in here because it's all already sorted. But yeah, I'm quite keen on how much coal we're getting because we might be moving into electricity soon. And there's a bunch of other resources as well, like plenty of iron and yeah, cool stuff. And it's nighttime. Solar panels are going to start working. We'll talk about this heat thing that I've noticed in a second. But we should sleep because yeah. I can't access my things. I have no items at night time. Yes, the heat that I noticed on these solar panels. These seem to build up heat. And they have smoke coming off them. I mean, that one has smoke coming off them as well. This one doesn't. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure if heat is good or bad. But if you put, like, water here, it drops the temperature? And I don't know if that means this produces more or less energy. I'm not quite sure how it works, but that seems like it might be a good idea. Maybe 500 degrees Celsius is not a great temperature for things to be at, so we might want to like cool the solar panels. I guess we'll find out. But as for what we're doing today, so we've been setting up a bunch of autocrafting. We got to the point where we can craft a whole bunch of these. Now, the craft for this took a very, very long time, and I ended up using the hammer there to speed things up. So we probably want to get multiple machines for this autocrafting. So what I've been thinking is, instead of this pattern provider just putting ingots in the cutting machine or rods in the cutting machine to get processed, it instead puts it into like an intermediate chest. And then we have, I don't know, like 5 of these machines pulling from that chest. And this will mean that, well, the crafting is going to go a lot faster. And then we can do the same thing with the compressor because this was just really, really slow. Now, we are potentially getting close. I was looking at solar panels to see if I could see if heat meant anything. But we're getting close to creating the analog circuits, and we potentially could pull these off. I think rubber's the only thing I don't have yet. We need synthetic oil. That was raw synthetic oil. That was water and coke dust. Right, cool, or carbon dust. Neat. So we could sort out rubber if we really wanted to. But we're running into issues, and that is there's clearly not enough room here. Like we've got this wall of the house. We do have upstairs. Like there's a lot of unused space here. We could even be putting machines here, but it's, I don't know, it doesn't quite seem like the right place for all this stuff. We did get a basement kind of going, although it's very neglected and I'm not really keen on it. It's definitely going to be a temporary thing. I think it's time to build a factory. I can see already that we are going to have so many machines and so many things set up. Like when we start looking forward to, like, we can have electric blast furnaces, like boilers for generating power, vacuum freezers, electrolyzers, yes, steam turbines, chemical reactors. There's distillation towers somewhere. Distillation towers. Now these things, we can't make these. They're pretty complicated. But they also have a whole bunch of things they make, right? So we probably want maybe like 1 distillation tower for each one of these things. I mean, like, I don't know how you get heavy fuel. No, heavy fuel and steam gives you steam crack. Okay, but what's heavy fuel? Sulfuric heavy fuel and hydrogen. Sulfuric heavy fuel comes from crude oil. Okay, so it looks like it mostly comes from oil. But yeah, we're going to want probably multiple distillation towers, and that's going to look cool. I'm looking forward to building it. I don't even know what a heat exchanger is, but let's not look at it yet. I want a big factory. I want a big factory, and I don't know where I'm going to build it. Potentially, we could just expand out here. My only concern is it's very close to spawn, and maybe, I don't know, is it a bad idea to build a massive factory here? Or maybe we can pop over here and claim this area. I kind of had a bit of a fly around. There's this area here that looks quite nice. It's like a big forest, so there'll be a lot of deforestation. Yep. But that's kind of cool. What is that? Calcite. Interesting. Yeah, so we could potentially build over there. I've been thinking about that. We've got the red terrain over here, which we might just go check out, because that could be pretty interesting. Red grass. That could be kind of cool. I might want to go check that out. And look, Striker's been busy. Striker has been busy. But yes, in terms of how we're going to approach building this factory, I might be trying something different. And it's going to involve living in a not finished base for the majority of the time. Yep. Because I found every time I go out and build like some large factory, it's never quite the right shape. It doesn't quite have the right space. So I've been thinking, what if we build all the machines first? And we kind of just lay everything out in a good order. And then once that's done, we build the factory around it. Kind of like building the interior first. I don't know. It could be cool. Let's go have a look at that red terrain, because that could be kind of interesting to build over there. Yeah, so it's very, very different. It does look a little bit like a wasteland. It's also not very flat. It is also not very flat. Now, something I did see on the minimap was this. And what on earth is that? What is that? It's like a ladybird mushroom thing. Cool. So yes, I did see this on the minimap, and oh, this is a lot different than a vanilla mushroom island. Whoa. Well, there are these things everywhere. Wow. Okay. So, interesting. Okay, this might change things. If there's tons of these mounts around. Oh, can we not just ride these? Interesting. Oh, we can. We could eventually tame them. Okay. So I was thinking we could build the factory on the Mushroom Island, and then we don't have to worry about mobs, but it seems like there's lots of those bug things around. What are these trees? Blighted balsa log. Interesting. So this would be a cool biome. It does look like there's actually a village, and I probably shouldn't have left my mount running around. Do I still have that stick? Okay, that works. Let's not lose our mount, because I'm a long way from home. There are villagers here. Interesting. And no mobs, right? And of course, one of the advantages of living in a mushroom biome is the grass is very green. The grass is very green. Yeah, so just wandering around the mushroom area at night. I think it could be cool. It's kind of alien, kind of weird. Not the normal sort of place I'd build, but the no mobs thing is kind of nice, especially if we're essentially not building a base. Well, we are. We're going to build it in a weird way where mobs could easily get in. I think we're going to start. Oh, I thought that was a mushroom. So yeah, I think the Mushroom Island could be a cool place to set up our factory. But I think I want to get a little bit more set up before we move. Why can I hear a goblin trader? Is there a goblin trader in my basement? There is. Where were you earlier? Unbreaking. I mean, I don't have that. Fortune 4 pack. That'd be kind of cool. Again, I don't have that. Neat. You're just going to make lots of noise in the basement, aren't you? Yeah, I just got these apples for some reason. No reason. No reason. I feel really bad. Okay. So, if we're going to be moving into more advanced, I think, like the electric age, I think if we get there, then we'll start setting up like the steam boiler and turbines and electric stuff over at that island, and we'll move away from steam, although steam's kind of handy. Steam is kind of handy. I mean, essentially we're still going to be running off steam, just the steam's going to drive a turbine. So, the analog circuit. I did briefly look at this. I think we're missing... Now, we've got wire. We do have a wire mill. So we could set up auto-crafting for these recipes. We're going to want to do that. What is it? A pattern... We're going to want a pattern provider. Neat. Neat. We definitely want one of these here. And yeah, moving the factory is also going to give me a chance to fix up the supplied energistics cabling, because it is not great. It is not great. I don't know how many channels I'm actually using. We might have to change that. There we go. Wire mill kind of set up. I think I'll go through and teach the recipes for this. Rubber I know is going to be more of a problem, but I think we should be able to achieve it. But there's a lot of fiddly stuff in here, so time to teach a whole bunch of recipes. Probably going to need to expand this. I think we're going to run out of patterns. But we've only got 4 left. Yeah, we're definitely going to need more than that. Cool. I think we have all the bits and pieces we need. I might want another couple of these things. Yeah, there's some terrible automation going. So I set up another compressor because I needed a gold plate and our recipes were full. And yes, that looks horrible. That looks horrible. It does not line up properly with the hopper. But that's just so that I didn't have to make another... Take a look at it. Have a look at it. Oh, there's an import on the bottom of that chest. To get stuff back into the system. We probably want another pattern provider and an assembler because I think this is going to fill up what we've got left. Yeah, there's too many recipes. That's okay. We'll plonk this guy here. We'll chuck this here. That'll be okay. So I think we could almost craft the analog circuit. Now there's a couple of other bits and pieces we need to do first. 1. Paper. I don't have. Might be able to get tree bark. We just need a cutting board, and let's do that because I planted a bunch of sugarcane, but I planted it like 10 seconds ago, so it has not grown. It has not grown. We're not going to have enough paper, and then we just need to sort rubber, which should be okay. I don't think rubber's going to be too major. Yeah, that works fine. And of course, that's an achievement. Actually, haven't had many achievements lately. Cool, and that's tree bark, and then we can do something like that, and that'll get us some paper. Probably not enough for what we need. So let's... Okay, that's going to sort... It's going to sort paper. Next is rubber. We need to get ourselves a mixer. We've got a mixer. And paper. Cool. We need synthetic rubber. Which means sulfur dust I've got a whole bunch of, I'm pretty sure. Then we just need synthetic oil. Synthetic oil was raw synthetic oil in the steam blast furnace. Cool. I think I made a liquid input for that. And raw synthetic oil was the mixer with water and coke dust, probably will be fine. So let's make a bunch of this. So 10 would be a bucket. So let's do 6 buckets. So coke dust and then water. Whoops. Water. And that should make synthetic oil. Not very quickly. But okay, we're getting a bunch of synthetic oil. It's a very weird amount at the moment. And then we put that in the blast furnace. I've kind of been processing a bunch of steel, so we'll take that out. Fluid input hatch. We only have a steam one. Oh. We're going to need another fluid input hatch. Now, we can't really chuck it in this machine because he doesn't have any spare places to put it. Like, we can't get away with putting hatches here because it mucks up the sharing of that wall. So that's a disadvantage, but we can do this. Now, I'm not sure where this is going to come out, and we put this fluid in here. The blast furnace is going to work. Let's go break the pipe that extracts. We don't extract anything. Cool, and then there's synthetic oil. And once we've processed all of that, we chuck it in the mixer with sulfur. And hey, we just got more wool. Neat. This thing works. So we now have some synthetic oil, still processing a little bit more raw synthetic oil. It just doesn't all fit. And then we want to chuck this, I think it's in the mixer to make synthetic rubber. Yes, and it has to be a steel mixer. Luckily, we have a steel mixer. I still want to grab the rest of that raw synthetic oil needs to come out. Still a bit more of that to process. So, there's 4 buckets of synthetic oil. Then we need some sulfur. No, I'm pretty sure, yeah, we've got blocks of sulfur. How much do we need? I don't know. Let's go for a stack and see what happens. That might be way too much, but that's okay. And then out of that, we're getting synthetic rubber, and then we just need paper. Cool, and then we should be able to assemble a few of these analog circuits. Cool. Somehow I ended up with a little bit of extra synthetic oil, but overall, a success. So we've got 8 buckets plus 3. So we've got a fair bit of synthetic rubber. Now, how fast is this going to be? My suspicion is not very fast, and it also doesn't use a lot. That is a lot of rubber. It's not gonna, wait, how did, this is why my automation has been playing up. Right. The patent providers have been chucking stuff in hoppers. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I don't know if we can, I don't think we can stop it from doing that either. I guess we could item pipe down. That's probably a better way of doing things anyway. That explains everything. So these patent providers will chuck stuff in adjacent inventories. Good news for once we set up the chests and stuff. Bad news for when you've got everything condensed like this. But hey, that's an awful lot of rubber. That was 3 buckets. Why do we have synthetic rubber in there? Synthetic oil. I just never took it out. That makes sense. We dump that in there, we grab that out, we chuck that in there. Cool. I think we can take stuff out again. We can. Sweet. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to have enough paper, but wow. That's a lot of rubber. That was actually pretty easy to make a whole bunch of it. Neat, neat, neat. And I think now we could request some analog circuits. So could we ask for 100? No. No, not at all. I've definitely got steel ingots. Oh, we need more paper. Whoops. I kind of turned a whole bunch of stuff into block form because it was taking up too much room, but I haven't set the recipes up to convert from block back to ingot. Cool. So we don't actually want 100 analog circuits. Let's ask for something more reasonable, like 10 or 10. We're only missing paper. Cool. I don't know how my sugarcane's going. I've been making a lot of paper from bark. We got some sugarcane. So if we had a bit of paper sitting in the system, it's not actually a lot, could we then get 10 circuits? Yes. Go. And there should be a whole bunch of stuff happening. We'll have wire mill action happening. We're making a lot of wires. Now, unfortunately, these aren't being extracted, so we kind of need to do that as well. Let's do that. Extract. Neat. That goes in there. And the import is going to start chucking it into the system. Cool. Cool. I think there was a whole bunch of wires that needed to happen, so that's gonna take a while. Yeah, 141 to make. Neat. I am so glad I'm not making this by hand. This was totally worth it. It would have been so average. Neat. Neat. Oh, it's finished. It's finished. Cool. So we should have 11 analog circuits. I think I already had one. But neat. The electric age. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. We get a cookie. Nice. We get an advanced storage unit. Dude, what? 512 stacks. Yeah. I can't make aluminum yet. I think it's actually like a little bit. Yeah, we need an electric blast furnace before we can even make that. So that is most certainly going in the forbidden chest with the basic storage unit. These actually might be kind of cool to set up in the future, but we can't use them yet. We can't use them yet. So we can make steel drills, but that needs an electric quarry. That's something else we're going to have to set up. That needs... Okay. Yeah, no. Let's stop looking at that. But that's some cool resources. Certus, that's nice. Nicolite, emeralds, bauxite. Cool. Cool. Some interesting things there. We can use it for a gold drill. And that was for nether stuff. Like ancient debris. Yeah. Yep. I think it's going to be cool living in the middle of a mushroom island. And I want to build this factory like right in the middle. So we're going to have to move that waystone. I should have grabbed it. But I think like this could be a cool area. I don't know. Let's just get a bit of terrain flattened out. We're not really going to make too much progress today. But a nice big flat area would be cool. Well, those things make annoying noises. Well, so there turns out there's like a spider nest in the island we're going to have to deal with, and they broke my shoes. But hey, it's been ClassicDuff. Thanks for watching. We'll come back next time, and I think we're going to be making a start on our inside-out factory. I don't know how it's going to work, but we should have plenty of room in this weird mushroom island to build something cool. See you next time.